As I've said at various times, this boat is going to get a rub rail that goes right along this seam between the decks and the hull, and I'll show you what I have for it. It's Supraflex rub rail kit. I got the 2-inch high one, almost an inch thick, and yeah, this one here, 80 feet long, black. It's got a 5-year warranty. Now I've already owned it for, I think it's 3 years, because I bought it fairly early on because I wanted to make sure I knew what the plan was. So, but yeah, it's got a chrome insert to cover the screws, and then the black rub rail that gets screwed onto the hull. So it's a warm day today. It's not as warm as yesterday. Yesterday was, I think with the Humidex, they said it was going to be 44 Celsius. For our American friends, that's pushing 110 Fahrenheit. It's awfully hot working conditions. Today it's about closer to 30 Celsius, which is 86 Fahrenheit actual temperature. With the Humidex probably closer to 95. And so one nice thing about this temperature, much as I hate working in it, is this rubber should be a little more flexible in these temperatures than a cooler day. So I decided I can let my paint dry and see what's involved in getting this on the boat. We'll see how it goes. I have the rub rail unrolled and stretched out, laying in the hot sun, and it was stored up in the attic of my garage, so I thought it would be pretty hot and soft up there, but it was actually fairly stiff. But now that it's been out here in the sun, it's just very flexible and a whole lot easier to work with, I'm sure. And so now I'm gonna get into trying to put it on. So one of my issues I have, it's an 80-foot roll, and I forget the exact math, but to go around the boat from the back corner here around across the front and back to the other corner, and then I'd like to also do around the swim platform with the same stuff. And I think it comes up, I forget now, but it was like a foot or something short. So what I've done is I've measured off what I need for the swim platform and put a piece of tape on it, and I'm going to start from the other end on the rail and wrap it around the boat. They tell you to stretch it. They actually recommend you kind of cut across the corner on a regular boat with a curved bow, cut across the corner of the bow and then stretch it over so it's singing tight. So I don't know whether we're talking a couple inches or a foot or what we're talking. So I'm going to start on the far side of the boat and see whether I can get around before or after my piece of tape. We'll see how it goes. I've put 2 screws at the back end of it, and so right now it's just laying on the ground, but I'm going to set it up on top of the walk around and take it around to the nose and put a couple screws up there, and then try stretching it over the corner of the front deck and see how that looks. Stay tuned. Well, now I have it laying up on the deck, and I'm encouraged. I'll tell you why. So I've cut it across the corner here a bit and laid it across up here, and I tell you, I think it'll stretch easily that far. And yeah, I've laid it across here and then down this deck, and as I was saying, I've put a piece of tape setting aside the piece I need for the swim platform, and if it could get to here before the tape, I'm in good shape. And the tape is way down there. There's like 2 feet to spare, so I don't think I'm gonna have any issue at all. So that's awesome, because otherwise I was gonna have to go out and buy another length of rub rail of some sort. This one was an 80-foot roll. They don't sell it in like a 20-foot. So yeah, I'm very encouraged that I think I'm gonna be able to get it all into this one roll. Woohoo! Well, that didn't feel excessive to try to stretch it over. So that's good. I don't think I'm stretching this enough, so I'm going to move it one more screw hole and see how that works. Wrong drill. I watched a YouTube video where they did this, and they said you can have like 3 people pull it to stretch it, or you can do this idea of just cutting the corner. And I just gave it a tug to go another 4 inches, and didn't have to pull very hard to stretch it that far. So, oh, and that's with it falling off the side, I see. Well, now let's see what happens when I pull it around this corner here. I think it looks beautiful. Obviously a whole lot of screws to go in, but I like it. And that's halfway around the boat on. I think it's awesome. Still gets the chrome filler strip to cover the screws, but so when I was buying this rub rail, the reviews I read and the installation YouTube videos I watched, one thing they all mentioned was they don't give you enough screws. There's a hole every 4 inches, and it really needs it. I mean, that's no good. And so 80 feet, three holes per foot means 240 screws, fairly basic math. So instead of 240 screws, they give you 100. So I'm putting every 3rd hole, I'm putting a screw in, that'll use the 100. And there'll be 20 extras for a few places, like, you know, here where I put 2 and such. And I went on Amazon and I've ordered some more screws, and they're supposed to be here tomorrow, and then I can put the rest in, and then I can put the nice chrome trim piece in, and then that'll be one more job off the list. And now the rub rail is around the other side. I had to wait till the sun moved around, and this was in the shade. With the sun on that, it was so hot I couldn't even hang on to it, so I just had to let it cool off a little bit. It's still hot out, but no sunshine. So yeah, I can't finish it until I get more screws, and then I can put them in. They're supposed to be here tomorrow. And then once I get those screws and put them in, then I can put the little insert in and the end caps, and that'll be one more job done. There's the finished rub rail. It's supposed to be raining all day today, or at least all afternoon, but it's been just spitting a lot less than the forecast. And I was really concerned because I got it on yesterday, but I needed more screws, and I thought if it pours rain and washes, there's these cedar trees above the boat, beside the boat, and they just make a mess. And I thought I really wanted to get all those screws in before a bunch of crud got washed down the side of the boat. And it turned out it really has never rained any great amount. And I got the screws in. They came just before lunch, and I got them in. And I've got the chrome filler strip in. I think it looks beautiful. And yeah, and I like this chrome strip. It's a flexible vinyl thing too, but I don't know if you can really tell, but it really doesn't stick out any farther than the black rubber, so it's not going to be the first thing to get beaten upon if you scrub anything. I hope with fenders and that I'm not banging my rub rail anyway, but anyway, like, you know, I hope I'm not banging the rub rail, but things happen, and I guess that's why you put a rub rail on it. And the only thing I have left to do is put these end caps on, and I need some slightly different screws for that. They just go over top the end here and make it pretty, and two screws which go through this insert and help keep it, you know how sometimes over the years things like that shrink and pull away, so the two screws through it are supposed to keep it from slipping away. So, but I have to get a couple 4 screws that are slightly different, and then I will finish the job.